So I'm Frank Thomas. I do spoken word. I'm also an actor, a Uber driver, a beekeeper. When I think about independence, I do go to that traditional standing on your own feet and paying your own bills and doing that sort of thing. The more I think about it, the more I realise it doesn't happen all at once. It's not something that just happens. You learn those skills. If Wales was to become independent, I think that Wales would have a much better understanding of what its people's needs were, but then maybe to be able to react to a more global problem, it might take longer. It might not have the resources to put in that infrastructure that is needed. So it is those pros and cons. Like, I think, you know, a smaller ship will turn quicker in the waters, but, you know, it can't carry as many people. I'm living in Cardiff. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, running about in the fields, and I love nature. For me, if there's a bit of space on my roof that's not doing anything that someone else can use better or something else can use better, I'll let them do that. It's quite well known that the state of bees isn't the best in the world. They contribute to all of our food and our pollination. They do need a little bit of a hand up right now, and I'm willing to offer that. You see the democracy within the hive, you see what they're doing, how they're working together, and you understand that, you know, what I'm doing in my little patch of garden will have an influence with up to 5 miles radius. One of my biggest hopes for Wales, yep, we're doing some great things. We've got, like, I think it's the One Planet development scheme, which is, like, amazing and, like, groundbreaking, and Wales should shout about what it's doing to encourage, like, low carbon living and all those different things that Wales is putting in place. But I think we do need to pay a little bit more attention to our art and our culture and protecting those going forward. You know, Wales has always been told we're too poor. The poorest parts of Wales are the poorest parts of the UK. And I think if Wales was to go independent, we really need to pay attention to how we can support those areas. And I think what has been made clear and made evident is that Westminster does not consider those areas. And I would feel a tremendous amount of anxiety and worry for the poorest in England. So much of our focus around the Welsh independence argument is what we can do for ourselves. We should be more ambitious than that and look at what we can do for others. I do think when I drive through Wales and when I walk through Wales, there is a deeper connection. And you do feel connected to the land, that it is part of you and that you're part of it. That's going to be here much longer than I am. And I think you realise that when you're passing through it. You realise that this has been here a lot longer than we've been here, and it'll be here for a lot longer, and that we are part of that and part of something. It's a little bit magic in it. It's a little bit of magic.